Welcome back, boys. Good to, well, I can't see you, but I'm glad you're getting to see me right now. It's been a while since I've made a video, and I'm excited to kind of get back in the flow of things, man. It's just been a crazy couple months, baseball and just school and life in general, man. So, it's good to be back. I got the day off, chilling, got the sweats on, drinking a little Celsius, trying to get hype, living that hype life. Yeah, and I know, just the last couple months, everybody really having babies, making babies, planning weddings, doing all kinds of stuff, man. You guys are out there living, and it's great to see, and it's great to keep up with. So hopefully everybody's doing well. I'm not going to take up too much of your time today, but just wanted to give a little bit of information as far as the rookie draft goes. Talk about a little keeper stuff, and maybe give you a little hint, heads up on things that might be changing a little bit going into 2022. But again, excited to have everybody back. Congrats to Demo. I haven't, like I said, I don't think I've made a video since the championship. So congrats to him. And so we're getting back to it. Rookie draft. All right. I talked about it a little bit last year at the draft. The draft in general was just that whole day was just a blur and a lot going on. We had the draft, we had pizza, too much pizza, and then golf in the afternoon. So it was kind of not, I ain't gonna say hectic, but it was to an extent. Just a lot going on. So maybe you forgot, maybe you didn't catch on to that or whatever. But the rookie draft is changing a little bit this year. Now, normally in the past, I've got the bingo thing out, and we've done the ball, lottery style that way. And, and it was great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing that. And I think everybody kind of had a fair shot at getting a good pick based on how they finished the year before. This year, we're going to change it up. This year, we're going to do it auction style. You will be using your money to bid on draft picks. Okay, so not necessarily the player, but the actual pick itself. So there's I'm interested to see how it goes as far as what guys value, how much they value maybe one of those top 4 or 5 picks, or maybe they just don't really. They're not really worried about it and kind of want to hang back. So I'm excited to see that. There's still that lottery aspect because with you paying, you not necessarily need more money, but it's nice to have more money. And some of those guys that were at the bottom last year that traded away players to acquire auction money have more bullets in the gun. They've got more ammunition to go after one of those top picks. So it still rewards some of the not I'm gonna say worst teams, but one of the bottom teams from last year, and I think that's important to have when it comes to starting fresh and getting into the next season and having some PVO, like having some positive vibes going into the next year. If you didn't have a great year last year, like myself, it's nice to be looking forward to something. And maybe having a good rookie on your team gives you that little bit of energy, that little bit of burst going into 2022. So, but how we're going to do it, okay? The order of nomination is going to be determined like we've done the last few years with the bingo balls, based on who won the consolation bracket. So if you won the consolation bracket, Derek, he will be nominating first. So he can nominate any pick he wants, 1 through 14. So he's not nominating a player, but a pick. So he doesn't have to do one. He can do whatever pick he wants. But the starting bid will be $1. So everybody is going to pay at least $1 for their draft pick this year. Okay. So Derek nominates pick number 3 for $1. And then on Zoom, we'll go boom, 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 bidding. So whoever bids the most will win the 3rd pick. And then we'll move on to the next nomination, which would be AJ. Okay, but it's 9 through 14, and then 8 through 1 is the order. So Demo would be the last nomination order. And so basically he's going to pay $1 for whatever pick is left or whatever pick has not been nominated, if he hasn't bid already. So once you win a bid, once you win a pick, I'll scratch your name off, and we'll go in order based on that. So if it's me, I'm the fourth nominee or nomination. But say I bid the winning bid for the first pick, okay, we'll just skip over me and go to the next person. All right. So everybody's going to have a chance at the first pick, but again, it's based on how much you're willing to pay for that pick. All right. Again, I guess, like I said, everybody's going to pay $1 at least, with you paying now. All right. In the past, we've done, free and 1 year of keepability. Well, now that you're paying your actual auction money for a person or for a rookie, I'm going to add a year of keepability. So technically, if you were to draft a guy and it hit, all right, you got that lottery ticket and it hits, and you got a dude, you can keep him or have him on your roster for 3 years. So the drafted year and then 2 years to keep. All right. I think that's important to add a year because you're using your money. Like the free deal, I didn't really mind only being able to keep somebody for 1 year just because, it's a lottery ticket. Nobody really knows a whole lot about how these guys are going to pan out right now. But if you were to hit, you could keep that. The benefit would be that you got to keep them on your team for year 2. But now that you're paying, we're going to add an extra year. So again, you can have a guy for the first 3 years of his NFL career, and I think that's pretty cool. How we're going to do that as far as keeper goes. So if whoever gets first, say I win first pick, just out of example. If I win, the winning bid was $15 for the number 1 pick this year in the rookie draft. That would be the price that I would pay this year, and then next year I would pay +5. So it'd be 20 next year, 25 the following year. Okay, so we're going to add 5 to whatever you pay for that particular pick this year. Again, we're nominating on picks, not necessarily the player. So if you value that 5th pick, and you end up getting a guy for $2-3, how much ever that 5th pick costs, that's what you're going to pay for that player to keep the following year. Okay, so +5, just like we do for everything else. But again, you can keep that guy for an extra year now, I think, which is going to be big. All right, I'll send out the nomination order. But again, planning on trying to do that Sunday. If we can get everybody together on a Zoom, that'd be awesome. If we can't work it out, we can't do it this Sunday, we will figure it out. All right. Again, there's not really a huge rush to get it done. There's a lot of time between now and the actual draft, so we can get that done anytime we can just get everybody together. All right, I think that's the most important part, obviously. Talking about keepers, just want to touch on everybody's got access to the Google Drive, the big sheet, the draft board, all that stuff, all the records and things like that. I know it can get confusing at times looking at how, the years guys have left on their, contract or how many years they're able to be kept. That's on me. In my brain, it makes sense because I guess I was the one who made it, but I can see where it gets a little weird. Again, if you ever have any questions, please just ask. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job of answering some of y'all's questions, especially in a timely manner, but just make sure you ask if you don't know for like 100% on something. Just ask. I'm working on a Google Doc and I'm like 2 or 3 pages in right now, trying to update that, and that way everybody kind of can see the rules, regulations, penalties, whatever it is. Just working on that. But with non-rookies that are drafted, right? Last year, example, Keenan Allen. Okay, last year Keenan Allen was drafted. All right, he was not kept. He was drafted. You get him on your team for that first year. All right, then you can keep Keenan Allen for 3 years after that. So technically, you can keep a guy on your roster for 4 consecutive years, the drafted year and then the 3 kept years. And I think that's where it gets a little bit confusing. I think I've done a pretty good job of keeping up with it. I know Thielen a couple years ago, I had that was on me, just not subtracting that 1 year that he had left. But for the most part, that thing is correct. I try to go in every year after the season's over, and after actually keepers are like sent out. Once keeper day passes, I try to go in and update that and take years off of their contract or how long they can be kept for. So just if you got questions, ask. But I know it can get confusing as far as that stuff goes. I sent out a list of prices for everybody, so everybody has access to that. If you lost it, not sure where to find it, whatever, I can send that to you again. But everybody should know how much guys on their roster right now cost to be kept. And I also sent out a picture of guys that are going back into the pool. All right, it's a lot of rookies, but maybe like 1 or 2 guys, their contract expired or whatever, and they're going back into the pool to be drafted this year. So I sent that out. Just make sure you got that, and make sure you're taking a look at that stuff, and you know how much your guy is going to cost to keep, and you know who you can and cannot keep. All right, so just let me know if you got any questions on that stuff. Again, this is kind of the first of, the wave. I know in the summertime I get a little, video happy, and I send out a lot of stuff. So just be ready for some new things coming in 2022. I've been toying around with some different changes. And last year I felt like, we've gotten to a point where this thing, honestly, I feel like it runs itself for the most part, but I always want to try to spice it up. And last year I didn't feel like I did that. And not that I have to, but it's just that I want to. I want to keep things interesting. I want to keep you guys on your toes, and I want it to stay fresh and stay new and exciting every year. Okay, so be on the lookout for some things regarding divisions, trading, schedule, week 14, kind of thinking about some things to do with that. Top 7, all right, I've been, thinking about things to do with that, and how can we incorporate it, into our league. IR spots, and again, the Google Doc, all right. Once I get a little bit more, into it, again, I've got a couple pages of stuff, how things go, what the process is of trading, like add, drop, fab, auction, the draft. It's just a bunch of stuff that I'm working on to try to make sure everybody has something in writing that they can go refer to if they have any questions. Okay, so just working on that, so be ready for me to send out a link to that. But yeah, guys, just excited for the year. Excited for the rookie draft. If you have any questions, hopefully I covered everything. But if you don't, if you feel like you're still a little bit lost on it, call me, text me. I'll be glad to try to clear things up for you. But again, we're going to try to do that on Sunday. I got to get up with Derek and find out what his schedule is. I know he's halfway across the world, so we got to try to get everybody together and get that done on Zoom. So. Again, excited, and I think this is a new twist and a new way to do the rookies. I think paying for them and you being able to keep them that extra year is going to add some value to those top picks, and it's going to make it where you guys hopefully are paying attention to the draft. You're paying attention to where these guys land and how they can benefit your team. So I'm excited to see kind of what the prices are and what guys are willing to pay for some of those top picks. And guys that maybe are comfortable with their keepers and their team already, they may not need a rookie to come in. They may be just stacked already and don't need anybody else. But anyway, guys, again, good to be in front of you. If you're watching, if you're listening, I love you, and I look forward to seeing all you guys soon in person. All right. But again, more videos to follow. Hope everybody's doing good, and we'll talk to you later. Almost forgot. Draft weekend, all right? Aiming to do it on, let's see, August 27th, 28th, that weekend. It's the weekend before Labor Day. I'm not sure what everybody's got going on. I think I've mentioned it before, trying to do it that weekend. I know not 100% sure, but I think Derek may be in town. So I want to try to do it in Wilmington this year. Been looking at some places and some opportunities to where we can host it. I know we can't fit everybody in my house, so but worst comes to worst, we could do that. But anyway, looking at some different options. I know we got the house a couple years ago. That was awesome. So just be on the lookout for some things as far as draft goes, or draft day, draft weekend. But aiming to do it August 27th and 28th down here in Wilmington, and get everybody together. And hopefully we can spread it out over a couple days and get it done that way. So that'll be a good time. But just be kind of eyeing your calendar, and as wedding invitations come in, just keep me posted on things that pop up. I know things happen, and so just let me know if that becomes an issue. But right now, aiming to do it the 27th and 28th of August, and I can't wait. Pumped up. Okay, but again, let me know if anything, if that conflicts with anything you've got going on already, or if something pops up. Just please let me know so we can kind of get ironed out. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Cheers.